What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with a preview for the weekly reset for Destiny 2 this week, and of course it'll be the 25th of February, so we're heading into week 4 of episode Heresy, and at this point we only have a couple of weeks left until we go into Act 2, which of course is positive because then we'll get more content. For the moment though, this week we do get an updated Nightfall weapon and the return of Grandmaster Nightfall, so we'll touch on that, as well as challenges and quests associated with Heresy. We can still make progress with a couple of things ahead of the next act, and otherwise we've got some updates from Bungie, as well as featured activities and rewards for the week. So plenty of stuff to talk about as always guys. If you enjoy this one and find it useful, do us a favor and get subscribed to the channel, but otherwise I appreciate you tuning in, and now let's get into it. So first up this week, of course, we've now completed Act 1 of the episode story, so we aren't anticipating seeing any additional quest steps or things associated with Heresy necessarily, but we can continue to make progress on everything that's currently available. The existing Act 1 weapons, of course, the seasonal challenges, shaping slab ranks and things like that. So keep up with that stuff, and of course, I'll keep you guys posted when Bungie give us any details about Act 2. Otherwise this week, we do have new seasonal challenges. So firstly, we've got the Heretical Arsenal challenge this week, dropping the Eyes Unveiled, which is the linear fusion rifle from the set. That one should come as a yellow border with the double origin traits. And the challenge is to defeat combatants with linear fusion rifle final blows, and we get bonus progress in episode Heresy activities or defeating Guardians. Otherwise, there's minor blessings aplenty to complete the Nether activity with a large number of minor boon stacks in a single run, and that will drop a Curio of the 9, which we still don't know exactly what they'll do, but obviously they will be important at some point in the episode, so worth picking them up. Otherwise, there is Explosive Punch, where in the Nether, we need to defeat combatants with grenades or melee final blows, and we get additional progress if empowered by various boons, so melee or grenade recharge, bandolier, or ability corruption. Otherwise, there is Valued Destruction, and as a fire team, we need to break destructible hived ritual jars in the Nether for extra ammo, healing orbs, and sometimes minor boons. Plus we have Dreadnought Discoveries to complete more secrets around the Dreadnought and find collectibles of any type around the Dreadnought, so I'm guessing that will be retroactive since it possibly is touching on things we'll already have done. Otherwise there is Expert Sector to complete a Lost Sector on Expert difficulty or higher, and finally Grandmaster to complete any Nightfall strike on Grandmaster. And we'll touch on those GM Nightfalls in just a moment. Otherwise though, linked to the episode of course, we'll get the refresh on the Sunder Doctrine dungeon, so good luck if you're still hunting down any of the legendary stuff or indeed the exotic weapon, as we will have those renewed chances. Then to break down pinnacle drops or challenges, we'll get a new featured co-op mission that has a pinnacle drop associated with it. There's also a pinnacle associated with Salvation's Edge, even though it isn't advertised, and for the Excision once per week, so you can use those if you're continuing to level up. But heading over to the Vanguard, of course, Grandmaster Nightfalls do go live this week, and the featured Nightfall will be Hypernet Current, so that'll be a fun GM, with the featured weapon being the updated Palindrome for the episode. So, of course, we've had this before, but this time it has a couple of new perks, and we can get the normal and adept variant of it by running Nightfalls this season. So, let us know if that's one you'll be going after this week. Hopefully, we'll be getting that new sidearm in some of the subsequent weeks, but, of course, I will keep you posted. For other featured activities, though, this week, according to the rotation, we should see Vault of Glass as a featured raid, and this might be useful this season, of course, because Bungie updated the weapons to be craftable with some new perks and things like that, so when it's featured, we can just farm away for red borders, and of course chances at the exotic Vex Mythoclast if you still need to pick it up, so that's one to keep in mind. Otherwise, Crota's End should also be featured this week, so again, the same applies for the weapons. And if you still need to work on the Necrochasm quest, of course it's easier when multiple people are actually looking to run the raid, so keep those in mind in terms of the raid this week. Also according to the rotation though, Vesper's Host will be a featured dungeon this week, and that'll be the first time that that's happened as far as I understand it, so if you're looking to pick up the Icebreaker still, it will be totally farmable this reset, which is good, and the same will apply to all of the legendary loot, so it'll be a good week for Vesper's Host. If you're still looking to pick up any rewards there, keep it in mind. Otherwise though, here in the Cosmodrome, Grasp of Avarice should also be featured this week, so pretty good set of featured endgame activities this reset, and let us know if you'll be jumping in. Otherwise, in the Legends tab, according to the rotation, Starcrossed will be the featured exotic mission this week, so if you need to pick up the Wishkeeper or make any progress on any of the upgrades, we can do that this reset. And when it comes to the Eververse store, I'll keep you posted with that on Tuesday at the reset, but over to a couple of legacy things real quick. For the Dares of Eternity, on top of the core loot drops this week, we should get Scatterhorn armor sets and Wild Hunt armor sets, as well as a bunch of weapons from Season of the Hunt and Worthy as additional random drops. But if it's Lost Sectors that you're after this week, for Tuesday, we should see Exodus Garden 2A in the Cosmodrome featured. Then moving through the week, we'll get Aphelion's Rest on Wednesday, Chamber of Starlight for Thursday, Hydroponics Delta featured on Friday, and then it'll be Gilded Precept for Saturday. Keep in mind that these can drop exotic engrams on solo clears, as well as some of the world weapons, pretty reliably. But for the final two, we'll have Thrilladrome for Sunday and the Broken Deep for Monday, right ahead of the weekly reset. So good luck on the hunt if you're using those Lost Sectors for any drops this week. And a final mention for the week right here, but if you're after the Ascendant Challenge this week, it should be the Shattered Ruins, which can be found via the Spine of Keres. So not too difficult to get to, but if you're still running those for anything, we'll show some gameplay of the location and collectibles at the end of the video. And for the moment, guys, that is everything that we have to speak about for this week's reset, but I will keep you posted on Bungie updates news around the game, the Twids, and any previews that we might start to get for Act 2, because normally Bungie do that, so I would anticipate probably at some point in the next couple of weeks we will start to get some information. So if you're new to the channel, keep it locked and loaded around here, as around half of the viewers on the channel haven't yet subscribed, so if you feel like doing that, it really does help us out. Otherwise, a rating below really does help us as well, and let us know in the comment section if you'll be diving into Destiny to get anything wrapped up this week. Otherwise though, as always, I very much appreciate you tuning in, and whatever you get up to, I hope you guys have an awesome day.